They don't use apps. Don't chase garden trends. No YouTube tutorials, no miracle fertilizers. Yet somehow, the Amish grow food so rich, so full of life, it almost feels magical. You ever wonder how they do it? Let me take you behind the fence, past the hand-built gate, into a world where gardening isn't rushed, it's revered. These are not just tips. These are passed-down secrets, soil-deep wisdom, the kind you wish your grandpa had told you. So pull up a chair, or better yet, step into the garden with me. Because once you see how the Amish do it, you'll never look at gardening the same again. 1. Raised beds that ain't fancy, but sure do work. You'd think raised beds need lumber, screws, and a weekend of elbow grease. But for the Amish, it's simpler. Way simpler. No treated wood. No hardware store runs. Just mounds of rich soil, shaped by hand. Old boards sometimes, yeah. But mostly it's about elevation, not perfection. Keeps roots warm. Drainage improves. Weeds stay down. It works. They build long beds in rows. Narrow enough to step over, wide enough for a hose swing. And they don't dig too deep. They don't need to. The compost and mulch do the heavy lifting. Funny how these makeshift garden mounds outperform our box beds. They look rough, patchy sometimes, but man, do they grow. Greens that taste like spring rain. Carrots so sweet you'd think they got sugared underground. It's not what you see, it's what's underneath that matters. 2. Gardening without gadgets. Look, there's no apps in an Amish garden. No soil monitors. No fancy irrigation timers. It's all gut, all observation. They read the plants, the sky, the smell of dirt after rain. They know when to water by the way the leaves droop by noon, or how the wind feels on planting day. They use their hands more than anything. A garden hoe, maybe a wheelbarrow, a shovel that's been passed down since forever. They don't need gadgets because they got time. They walk through their rows slow, real slow. They notice things. A worm, a weed, a leaf that's curling wrong. That's their tech. That's how they know what's coming. The modern world moves fast, but in the garden, slow wins. Slow listens. Slow grows. That's an Amish secret most of us forgot. 3. The power of patience and silence. No radios blaring. No podcast in the background. Just the crunch of boots in soil. Birds somewhere. The wind rustling stalks. It's quiet in an Amish garden. Not boring. Sacred. There's something about pulling weeds in silence that changes a person. Makes you think different. Makes you breathe better. They say the best ideas grow during weeding. Maybe that's true. You bend. You pull. You breathe. And your mind slows down. The Amish don't rush gardening. Ever. If it takes 3 days to plant beans, so be it. They don't measure time the way we do. They measure effort. They measure peace. And weirdly enough, their plants grow faster. Maybe because they're not stressed. Maybe because the soil feels the calm. Either way, it works. For letting things go to seed on purpose. Here's the thing. Most folks panic when a lettuce bolts, or a radish flowers. Not the Amish. They let it be. Some plants, they let go wild on purpose. Tall dill flowers. Arugula blooms, waving in the breeze. It's not lazy. It's genius. Those flowers feed pollinators, attract bees, keep the garden buzzing, literally. And when those seed heads dry, they shake them into bags, or let them scatter right there. Natural reseeding. No need to plant again next year. Nature handles it. A few carrots left in the ground over winter. Come spring, new shoots. A gift from last season's work. The Amish trust the land. They don't fight every wild thing it does. They listen. They let go. They know some mess is good. 5. Mulch, mulch, and then more mulch. You'll barely see bare soil in an Amish plot. It's always covered, always protected. Straw hay, dried leaves, even old newspaper mulched thick and wide. Why? Keeps moisture in, keeps weeds out. feeds the soil while it rots. It's genius in its simplicity. They'll mulch right up to the stalk. Let the worms hide underneath. Let the beetles move in. Sure, it ain't pretty. Not neat like suburban flower beds. But it works. You'll see onions peeking through straw like little jewels. Squash vines sprawling over matted grass. The mulch becomes part of the story. They layer it like blankets. One season on top of the last. It's not just gardening. It's compost in progress. And the plants, they absolutely love it. 6. Letting chickens run wild. Well, sorta. Some days, if you walk by an Amish garden at dawn, you'll see them. Chickens. Dozens of them. Pecking around the lettuce rows. Scratching near the cabbages. At first you think, ain't that dangerous? What about the plants? But turns out there's a method. The birds get let in at just the right time. Early spring before planting. After harvest in fall. Or briefly in between crops. They eat bugs. Scratch up weeds. Fertilize as they go. A natural tilling crew. Of course, you gotta watch them. Can't let them loose all the time. But done right, it's the best pest control you've ever seen. The Amish don't keep chickens next to the garden. They bring the chickens into the garden. And yet it works. 7. The little shed with all the secrets. Every Amish garden's got a shed. You'd think it's for tools. And it is. But it's also more. It's where seeds hang in hand-sewn bags. Where jars of dried herbs sit in rows. Where notebooks live, old ones, filled with scribbles. Dates, temperatures, what worked, what didn't. Grandma's tips on cucumber beetles. Uncle Eli's notes on compost ratios. That shed holds generations of wisdom. No internet needed. Just observation, memory, and scribbled records on yellowing paper. It smells like earth and wood and old rain. And inside, the knowledge of decades. You can't buy that. You earn it. One season at a time. 8. Pruning by hand and heart. When it comes to trimming tomatoes or pinching pepper plants, the Amish don't rush. They walk through rows with soft fingers. Snap a leaf here. Twist a sucker off there. They don't take too much. Just what's needed. And always when the plant's dry. Never after rain. They say pruning teaches discipline. Teaches you when to cut and when to wait. Like life. Like people. You gotta know when something's helping or hurting. And you learn that by watching close. By listening. That's why Amish gardens don't look wild. But not too neat either. They're balanced, loved, and pruned with care. 9. Trusting the old ways, even when they look wrong. Sometimes what they do looks odd, like sticking rusty nails in the soil near hydrangeas, or planting garlic in the middle of flower beds, or using molasses to attract certain insects. But they've tried and tested these tricks for decades. Passed down by mouth, not textbooks. Some things they do just work. Even if science hasn't caught up. That's part of the magic. Trusting that there's more to gardening than what's in a manual. There's memory in those rows. Old hands shaping new life. Rustic Plant Try isn't about trends. It's about trusting your gut and trusting the soil, like they do. 10. The garden as a mirror. And maybe here's the biggest trick of all. The Amish don't see the garden as separate from themselves. It's a mirror, a reflection of how they live, how they treat others, how they treat the land. A weeded bed means a clear mind. A flourishing vine means a season of patience paid off. If something's sick, they look inward first. Did they rush? Did they ignore signs? Gardening, to them, is more than food. It's faith. It's humility. It's community. And it's slow. Oh, so slow. But slow is where the truth lives. Where roots grow deep. And where peace, quiet, and food come from the same place.